But first, to the heartwarming reunions of hostages with their loved ones. Moments we feared would never happen as they were all but lost to the terror tunnels of Gaza. And you can't see these joyful embraces enough after all the heartache of the past 2 years. These are some of the moments that brought tears to my eyes. You'll recall this distressing footage when Noah Agamani was cruelly kidnapped on October 7, separated from her boyfriend, Avinatan Or. She yelled out, "Don't kill me," as she reached for him. Well, she was rescued in Israel last year, and finally, she's now been reunited with her boyfriend.
نور جماني حبيبتك
حبيبي خلق.
It's so beautiful, but you can also see how emaciated he is, and he's estimated to have lost around 30 to 40% of his body weight. Nimrod Cohen was kidnapped at 19, and here he is reuniting with his family, also looking far too thin, but at least he's home.
מתוק שלי, בוא, אמא שלך. נמרוד. ילד גיבור שלי, ילד גיבור שלי.
Nimrod's mother campaigned so hard for his freedom. Like any mother, she would do anything to bring her boy home. And now he's safe in her arms. And here's the moment of pure ecstasy when hostage Matan Engrest reunites with his family. Isn't it so hard to watch all of these without tearing up? And here's father Omri Moran playing with his little girls, Ronnie and Alma, a moment he's no doubt dreamt about for 2 long years while being physically and mentally tortured. Just to think how much he missed out on. And other dads too had heartwarming and tear-jerking reunions with their children, like Elkanah Bochbot with his 5-year-old son. His wife sobbing as they embraced for the first time.
הכל טוב, הכל בסדר, זהו, הכל טוב, אני שלם, את שלמה.
It's just so beautiful. There's now a debate in Israel about what to call Hostage Square, and the 2 leading contenders are Freed Square or Trump Square. But for 24 families, the heartache continues. Hamas broke its agreement under the deal to return the dead bodies of the fallen hostages. Their families desperately want to bring them home to give them a proper Jewish burial and lay them to rest in their homeland of Israel. Trump made that commitment last night that their bodies do need to be brought home. And speaking of Trump, well, we have to speak about his speech last night. It was triumphant and also hilarious and wild. It was Trump on a high from all that he'd achieved from bringing the hostages home, and it was truly a speech to behold. His morality and the strength of the president and the United States was on display. And he had some very clear messages declaring that Israel had won.
So Israel, with our help, has won all that they can by force of arms. You've won. I mean, you've won. Now it's time to translate these victories against terrorists on the battlefield into the ultimate prize of peace and prosperity for the entire Middle East. It's about time you were able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
And he's completely right. Trump and Netanyahu won this war. They brought the hostages home. With no thanks to the left-wing leaders like Albanese, Starmer and Macron, whose so-called diplomacy only strengthened the arm of terrorists while criticising Israel and continually demanding that it stop its military campaign. The very military pressure that led to Hamas releasing the hostages. Now, Trump's speech, and I know you watched it last night, it was also unpredictable, off script and completely hilarious. And here's a couple of moments that had me laughing out loud.
I like calling it the Avraham Accords because people that, right? Avraham. It's so cool. It's so much sort of nicer, you know, the Abraham versus the Avraham.
I think we should all now refer to it as the Avraham Accords. And after that left-wing protester and MP interrupted his speech, Trump said this.
Over and over again.
להוציא את חבר הכנסת עודה, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה, החוצה.
That was very efficient. So back to Steve. He's
He also joked about how long the speeches of the opposition leader, the speaker, and even Netanyahu were.
As soon as I'm finished, I'm quite late. You've kept me quite late between opposition leaders and Bibi's brilliant but very long speech. I thought I was going to run up here, make a speech, and then head to Egypt. It didn't work out, though. And you made a pretty long one, too, Sarah.
And that speaker really did enjoy his moment of limelight. And by the way, those comments from Trump were despite his own speech far exceeding all of theirs, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And Trump was awarded the Israeli Presidential Medal of Honor, richly deserved. Now, the news moves so fast these days that I want to just take a moment to reflect. The release of the hostages marks the closing of a chapter that began 2 long years ago. Healing can finally begin for the hostages, their families, Israelis, and the diaspora. Now, every year at Passover, the Jewish community tells the story of Jews freed from slavery in Egypt, and the children sing, "Let my people go." It's a timeless reminder of persecution, captivity, and the fight for freedom. And once again, that ancient struggle echoes in our own time. The battle has now been won with the joyful reunion of the hostages. But it's not without loss and pain and suffering. The deal came too late for many, more than 100 killed in Hamas captivity, including baby Kafir, his brother Ariel, and their mum Shiri. We've also lost nearly 1,000 young soldiers and 1,200 innocent souls on October 7 to the darkness of hatred and evil, the cruel terrorism that somehow found support in the West. Now, we are all forever changed because of these past 2 years. We're bruised, scarred, yet stronger and more resolute. And today, at last, I feel we can breathe again, we can exhale. Our people are free and the sun shines once more.